Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to United View. Welcome to the road trip for Man United against Brighton at Old Trafford later on today. And this is the game. This is the game that really matters, man. This is the game that really matters. Yeah? The celebrations are over, okay, from Liverpool. We've had our fun. We've enjoyed to the max. Trust me. Trust me, you lot have seen how much we've enjoyed. We've enjoyed every single day of this week. Even when we weren't playing in midweek and everyone was playing games and moving on from last weekend, we were still stuck there. So we've been oozing every little bit of joy out of that Liverpool result right up until now. But guess what, people? It's gone. It's done. It's happened. It's in the past. It's a tick in the column. We have to move on to this game. Brighton have beaten us 6 times out of the last 7, bro. We owe them 1. And you know what? It's so true what some people are saying. The truer test, okay, the truer reflection of Man United potentially turning a corner is games like today. It's games like today, bro. That middle order, you know what I'm saying, that we've been bottom of, you know? Gone are the days, or hopefully, gone are the days of getting licks at home to Brighton and Forest and Bournemouth. And these type of guys who are good teams, they've been way better than us in seasons gone by. Especially in the moments of actually playing them. We cannot get a win against Brighton for love nor money. So these players need to show it today. They need to take that confidence, all of that energy, all of that feeling into a good week's training, which supposedly they've had, into this game today. Old Trafford needs to be rocking. We need to do our best as fans, which I know we will. You know, and the players need to respond. They need to show to us that they're serious about improving. They're serious about not having just a little quick purple patch. They're serious about turning us around and making us a decent football team again, at minimum. No one's talking about the title and all of these madnesses. We're just talking about being a decent football team again, a competitive football team again in this division with 1 game a week. And I'm confident, man. I'm not going to lie. For the first time, I'm confident. Listen, if you know, you know. What I will say is this. I was talking to Owen the other day. We were talking about post-Liverpool. One thing we can all agree on. Guys, I'm sorry, yeah. You lot can get to hell with your reverse judge. I'm never doing that again. Yeah? The amount of pelters. And I know people can say, but Flex, we won, so it was worth it. I ain't going to lie, bro. I was dragged through the mud from that decision. So we're never doing that again. Because all people do, they're questioning your loyalty as a fan. You're a disgrace. My phone won't stop going off from a loud minority, to be fair. But also, I'm just not doing that. Because the whole time, I did always believe that we could get something out of the Liverpool game. Maybe not a win, but I definitely thought we could draw. And I had a lot more chest than obviously the judge. We agreed not to. But I'm not doing that again. No chance. But hear what, though? I'll be honest, though. Today, I do feel confident. I feel like we're finally gonna get that win over Brighton. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy at all. You know, Brighton are such a good team and they've proved it many, many times as a club since they've been back in this division. But they've also proved it again this season under Fabian Hurtzler. You know, they've beaten City after coming back from 1-0 down at home. They should have beat Spurs. They were 2-0 up against them. Kind of threw it away a little bit. They beat up Chelsea 3-1. Red card. But was it a red card? Did they get a red card? I think Chelsea did get a red card in that game. But you know, they beat them. Who else did they beat? They beat someone else. Is that it? That's it so far. And they always beat us in terms of the big games. But listen, having said that, we've made a slightly better start to the season than them. It's not like we're looking up at them, but none of that matters. I think they're like a point behind. It doesn't matter. We need to start turning this corner. And if we're serious about turning this corner, we have to beat teams like Brighton at home. Well, we have to beat near enough everyone at home. It's home. We need to turn Old Trafford into a fortress again. Obviously, the first game of the season we lost against Arsenal was a bad start. But now, you know, we've beat Burnley. We've beat Sunderland. We've beat Chelsea. That's 3 home games in a row. We've got a chance to win 4 home games in a row. And the next couple are away from home as well, which are going to be difficult games. So I'm confident, man. I'm feeling good about this. Like, I really am. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think we'll get the W, man. I do. We know that Mason Mount's already out, or is a doubt. along with Harry Maguire. If there are doubts, they probably won't start. Maybe one or both of them are on the bench, or obviously potentially none of them are involved in the squad. They said they're going to wait, but it suggests that they won't start. So you're expecting Lenny Yoro to come back in. You're expecting Benjamin Sesko to come back in. I can't see it being any different from that. I'll be stunned. Unless, because again, we do find different things out about Ruben at different times, unless he really wants to keep Matheus Cunha in that false 9 and brings in a Kobbie Mainoo in the left 10, or puts Bruno in the left 10 next to Mbeumo and keeps Cunha up front and brings in Kobbie Mainoo or Ugarte into midfield alongside Casemiro. Maybe we could see that. What's going to happen at left wing back as well? Is Dalot going to continue there after we won against Liverpool? He wasn't good, but he was part of the team that won. But when Dorgu came on, he did okay. Mazraoui's back as well. So there's a few things that could change. I'd like to see Benjamin Sesko get back in the team. I think he did well when he came on. I think he did well against Sunderland. Obviously, he scored in that game as well, in the last home game. These are the games where we're going to be on the front foot a bit more. You'd like to expect that anyway. You'd like to think that we're not going to be able to beat Brighton the same way we beat Liverpool. That's for sure. We've got to be on the ball, and can't give Brighton too much respect. Brighton aren't Liverpool as well. At the same time of them being a good side, like, we're at home and we're Man United. They're still Brighton. We shouldn't be scared and fearful and be sitting back. Absolutely not. We need to be on the front foot. So that's why I want to see Benjamin Sesko starting. It is going to be interesting without Mason Mount though, because off the ball, he gives us so much, and the balance he gives us is really good because he can drop into the midfield. He can lead the press. He's good on the ball. And just for the team, he helps the team play better. He might not always get the plaudits in terms of the goal or the assist or setting up chances or getting shots. He might not always get that. But he actually did. He had a left foot shot actually that was saved actually against Liverpool. But he gives us that. And against Brighton, they can start bopping it in midfield. And if you leave Bruno and Cass on an island without that protection, because, Cunha is too far away, and, you don't have Mason Mount there, and you've got Sesko up there, I don't know. It's something that we have to be aware of, because Brighton can get into a stride and keep the ball very, very well. We know about their threats. We know how good they are. But weirdly, I'm nervously excited about this game. I haven't felt in this positive vibe, in this positive mood going up to Old Trafford in a long time. Now, don't get me wrong. It can be, and this is why this game is so important. We lose today, bro. We even draw. Like, if it's not a W today, it's going to feel flat again. And that's not, I don't mean that in terms of, because this is what I won't do, talking about the manager and, I've made my stance clear on what I thought on the manager against Grimsby. That is it. I don't need to keep saying that. I'm looking forward. I'm looking and hoping that I can be proved wrong. That's what I'm searching for. I'm searching for new evidence. I'm searching for new evidence. I don't want to believe that Ruben's not the right man. I want to believe he is, but I cannot believe he is until I see sustained evidence. I don't care what anyone else says. I don't care about other people's opinion on what we should feel towards the manager. Everyone's different and everyone has their criteria and remit of what they can get behind. And I'm sorry, the first 50 odd games, call me crazy, I don't care. Call me premature, I don't care. It was not good enough for me to think that it was the right thing. Now, I'm not also one of these bitter fans that thinks that and wants us to lose so I could be proved right and all that crap. I want us to win games and I want us to turn it around. And I want to be holding my hands up saying, well, I couldn't see this after these first 50 games. He is the right man to take us forward. And it starts with things like this. Consistency. Not game by game talking about the manager. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. That I can tell you. So, yeah, if we lose today or draw today, it's not really anything to do with Ruben. It's to do with the lack of progress or lack of being able to be consistent. And I don't want to be doing that. And I'm confident that I won't be doing that. I'm confident we're going to win this game. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I will see you outside of the ground with 3 points in the bag. Let's be positive. I'm being positive. Let's go. Peace.